Oh man, how's that for an intro? That was exciting. That was really exciting. That's like another one of those Star Wars scenes that I really enjoyed. I took out all the talking parts and just kept it all action. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And we're here with another Whip Wednesday. I'm so happy you guys could make it, and I'm so happy my co-host with the most is here. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. I hope you're good too. And what a badass ship that is.
I know, right?
I love it. It's
They
just so
really
amazing.
need to make that a play set because I want to get that. That's a really cool
That'd
ship.
be
I'm sure
awesome.
somebody has made it
There's
already.
STL files out there
There's
already,
gotta
of
be.
course.
There's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be.
Stuff is L's got one, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
Probably
check
from
that
meant to be
out.
the Luke or something like that. And yeah,
That's
but
awesome, man.
but it's huge, of course. Yeah.
I can imagine. That's what she said. Anyways, so you're here. I'm here. Who else is here with us today? Who do we? I know for sure that Bjorn was number one. So
Yeah,
maybe lock my
maybe
friend.
locks us as a surprise for once.
What a
and
surprise!
then And then we have Starboy Station,
Hey,
who
hey.
I think is hearing us on the radio, on the
Yeah,
ride home again,
he's
isn't he?
driving. I told him I'd talk loud, but he said I'm not driving a race car. But I just figured, hey, we should talk loud because he's in a car. Right? Maybe he has his window open or something. So, anyways, glad you can make it too, Starboy, and
And
drive
Better
safe,
Ray
my
Bob,
friend. Beta Ray, how you doing, my friend? Glad you can
Red
make
Toy.
it. Rat toys, yeah, yeah.
We've just
How
been
you doing?
talking about Red Labs
Yeah,
in the
we
waiting
actually
room.
before we started, yeah, we were talking about Rad Labs and all the awesome stuff he's been making, and I'm so glad that he's been successful with a lot of the stuff that he's making. I'm looking forward to when I get stuff. Hint, hint.
Yeah,
Who
and
else?
definitely go check out WMC World Makers Consortium Friday
Yes,
nights,
every Friday,
um,
8 Eastern time.
8
You can
Eastern
check out their
exactly.
awesome footage and
And
material.
he's going to be giving details on further Red Lab projects there, and there's also a competition going on right now for his
Nice.
birthday, and I think
Yeah, that's
they
this
just announced
Friday.
his birthday show this Friday.
Yeah, so
So
actually
yeah.
this Friday I will be on that show, so I'm really excited
Oh,
for that. And so yeah, make sure you have your goblins done. I still have some touching up that I need to do. If not, he does have a couple of pictures that I've sent him already, but if you haven't done your goblin, which is part of the whole Death Stick gang kind of thing, get those in. Hopefully you can get them in by Thursday so he can show them off on the show on Friday.
uh,
So yeah,
I meant to do
WMC 8
some.
p.m.
I meant to do some glam shots, but that was before going on my break. So he's only got the finished product, but no glam shots. So
Well,
nevertheless,
hopefully you could squeeze those in between today and Friday.
I don't. Well, I already sent him the other ones, and I'm
Oh,
not going to
okay.
be able to do any shots. So, nevertheless, say hello to everyone in person for me there in the show, and
I
I'll
will
try to
absolutely.
catch the live um,
It'd be
because
great
there's
if you
another
could make it
party
out
coming
there.
up.
That'd be awesome. So I'm
Yeah, I
looking
think
forward
so.
to that show. It's gonna be a lot of fun, just like every show. And then tomorrow, I believe Toy Domination will have his show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think they're going back into discussion about Joe Fest. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that,
I
but it
haven't
should
heard
be
any
a good
news either.
episode.
So
So
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if they have a show going on this week, but check it out at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most Thursdays, I believe he's maybe going on vacation soon. I'm not sure, but
I
either
think he
way.
just is on vacation, so there's
Oh, is
probably
he?
no show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so there
said
may
something
not be a show.
like leaving for his vacation soon. So there might
Yeah,
not
I
be a
don't
show,
think I saw a notification for it. So again, don't quote me on that.
but he'll be back in 2 weeks, so there'll be a show, and then Famine Studio as well on is it
On
Tuesday night?
Tuesdays
Yeah,
at 9 p.m. Eastern, check out Famine Studios. He has his awesome customizing and chat session. So that's always good. You don't want to miss those. You learn a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I've missed the last few because of what happened last week. But things are starting to get back to normal. So I'm pretty excited about that. So stay tuned to the end as we will be talking about the monthly challenge. As next week we'll be showing off some of your awesome customs. So we already got a few. Pretty excited about that, and we'll also get into some of that with what you're working on this week.
so then Grumpy Puppet just showed up.
Grumpy, what's up, man? His
And
stuff is pretty awesome. I think he
yeah,
just recently posted It's a I don't know what race it was, but it's like a blue colored Jedi. Looks really really cool. Love his paintwork. Great job, man. Who else?
definitely. And Adrian Forbes.
Oh, Mr.
Hi,
Devastation
Adrian.
Station. Good to see you, brother.
And Jerry,
Jerry
GNAP74.
904. Is it 904 or 704?
I think it's 904 Instagram, but it's GNAP74 here.
Oh, okay. Well,
If
good to
I'm not
see you.
mis-
Glad you could make it.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Then
we
we
have
have
old eyes.
Yayo, who says
Yeah,
hello,
yo,
Pirates and
from
Angus.
Japan. So really late, really early, however you want to
Good
see it. Glad you could make it. Yeah, yo.
good morning or
Yes,
good
good
night.
morning.
And then Task Force Figures and Games.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. So yeah,
And
we have a pretty decent turnout.
yeah,
The
Brian is here
regulars.
as well.
Oh,
Fat Red
Outer
Foo is here.
Multiverse. Fat Red Foo. What's up, man? Glad you could make it.
Ah,
So sorry you guys weren't here last week. Is he at work? I think he's at work. Normally he
yeah,
works.
he's at work again.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
cannot
hopefully
say,
you
but
can
he's gonna
catch the
watch the
replay.
relive. Yeah, there's
Awesome.
always the relive. Playing
Exactly.
with my 375 is here.
Good, good. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I know you weren't feeling too good today, so I'm hoping you're feeling better, man. But I'm
So
glad you
and
guys could make it.
that's everyone so far in the
That's
chat.
awesome. So we're
So
probably
it's
gonna have more people trickling in. But yeah, let's get this show on the road and let's get I guess we can did you want to start with anything or do you want to just get right into the segments?
no, we can get right into the segments if you want.
Well, let's do that then.
Oh,
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
So we're into the what are you working on? And actually, you know what? I'll let you start because you had a few things you wanted to show off. I'm still trying to figure out this whole window thing. I think I have to move you to the left, right?
exactly. And then
And then I
you
hit
can,
this one.
yeah.
There we go. Oh, I'm learning, baby. I'm learning. All right. So what you got to show off for us today?
Well, my the break I announced also includes working on the customs that I started and then working on new projects and then working on or starting anything new.
Right.
So the only thing I have to show off is the last thing I do have to finish, which is the project for the winner of my birthday competition,
Oh,
which
right.
most of
Yes.
you might remember with the exhibition pieces um for my little shop,
Gallery. Yeah.
which will probably be like one of the last posts I'll eventually put up to Instagram. Once I have every little piece in the shop, I'll take a picture and post that definitely.
Okay.
But the winner, my 3.75 addiction, he asked. Well, if you remember, I said I'll build a diorama
Right.
to the wish of the winner, and his wish was a how did he said I think quote a dungeon and or prison.
That's
And
awesome.
so I started something and I'm in the middle of putting it together. It's like the basic thing is done. It all just needs some more detailing and then painting up, and I just wanted to show you all where I'm at right now. So it's like I showed the whole thing first.
Hmm.
um, I've tried to make this as modular as possible. So I'll
Nice.
just show you what it's gonna look like, and then I'll show you what I can do with it.
All
Actually,
right.
it's turned out to be pretty huge.
Oh
So
wow, that's awesome, man. Is that foam core?
that basically most of it is foam core, yeah.
That is so awesome, man.
So I don't know if the light picks up the stone.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay,
Is
so
that a Stargate or is that just the doorway you're making there?
there's a doorway with a staircase
Oh yeah,
leading
I see
down,
the doorway. Okay,
and
cool.
then there's another arch with a like circle shaped roof in
Yeah,
there.
that
So
is
this is
so
all going to
cool.
be painted up like a dungeon, and there's going to be like chains, and I'm also going to cut small single bricks to
Right.
fill like the arches to make them look a little more detailed.
That is so
And
cool.
in the back there is the prison part, and the prison part is going to be very, very sci-fi.
Nice.
So this it's like I don't know. Somebody discovered an ancient building, and like on Yavin 4, they did that, and then they put in their prison cell in there, or maybe it could also be a laboratory cell or whatever. And
Well,
so
the audience is definitely liking what you're making there. Got some wow, awesome from Yayo. You got dude that's so good from Rad Toys. Man, these guys are loving your stuff. I can't see why they couldn't. It's so awesome, man. That's
so
awesome.
and
That's
there's
really
also going to
cool.
be a wooden door in that little door that will attach with magnets. And up there,
Nice.
there's like a skylight.
That is
You can
so
see that.
awesome, man.
So, and now what you can do, first of all, you can remove the back,
Oh wow.
and then now I'm not going to take this one apart, but as I said before, I have a hard time building something and then just giving it away.
I don't know
So
how you
I'm
would be able to, because I'm looking at that. There's no way I would want to give that away.
so I'm building it twice, of course.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I have the
Okay.
whole thing twice, and right here is the second one of those
Oh, okay.
prison cells.
I like that. That
Because
is
I
so
figured I
cool.
found those will look like a sci-fi piece, so I figured I would like to be able to take them out and
Yeah,
use them separately on another display
that is
or
so
another
cool.
photo shoot. So the prison cell is
Mhm.
removable from the whole thing through the back,
Right.
and then there's going to be light in there. And then
That is so
I used 3 greeblies from our weekly greeblies for this. So I used the COVID tester,
right.
which is going to be like the window to look inside the prison cell and to communicate.
That is
I
so
used
awesome.
this diaper thing for the outer door,
Right.
and I used the pretzel sticks thing for this
Oh,
door.
right. For the door inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Like a
So
almost like a
if you
vault
turn
door.
it around, you can remove the backside with magnets.
Nice.
And I'm also going to put in a little bench there, and that's probably going to be it for the furniture because it's a prison cell.
Yeah. Very
But
minimalistic.
the door, hold on, the door is also attached with magnets, so you can actually
Nice.
open the prison door as
That's
well.
gonna make some amazing photography, man.
I think so as well, yes.
So this
So
not
the whole
only
thing
goes
is
into what you're working on, this is also just the awesomeness that you have created since you started all this stuff. So we're going to dive into some of that later on today too. But that is amazing, man.
yeah. So this is going to be for a while my last build, so I'm really putting some effort into it.
Oh yeah,
And while I was away on my weekend trip with my wife for this weekend, we also visited like a medieval castle, and I
nice.
took like 50 pictures of the stone wall.
For
Because yes, it's
inspiration,
gray, but there's if you look at it, there's actually no gray at all in the stones. There's like every feasible color, and it does
right?
look gray, but
From
there's no gray
far,
in
yeah.
those walls. There's like mosses and algae and stuff, and it's really cool. So I'm gonna have a
That's
lot of
so impressive, man.
fun
I'm
painting
quite
that.
impressed. I'm quite impressed by that. Like I feel like I
Thank
want to
you.
make a prison now,
I
but I don't
don't
know if
really
I can.
know.
I can't build anything like that. At least I haven't tried. So, but yeah, that's awesome. Quite
I don't
inspiring.
really know where my 3.75 addiction lives, but I do fear the shipping
The shipping costs,
thing.
yeah. Hey, at least you're not shipping to Canada. It would be worse because if you're shipping here, it would cost almost twice as much because
Probably.
we're just like poor like that. That's amazing stuff though, man. You guys are like I'm just floored. That's I wish I won now. But yeah, it's
So
unanimous. The audience definitely loves what they're seeing, and I don't blame them because that was quite
Yeah, I
impressive.
saw somebody here, Loop. Who's Loop? I don't who. Well, hi Loop, but I don't recognize that.
Lupe,
I don't have.
I don't know who Lupe is, but hey, man, welcome to the show. Glad you could make it to the live. And now I don't even feel like showing my stuff off after you showed that. That was like
Go
really
ahead.
impressive. But so we're gonna dive into some of the stuff that I've been working on. One of the main things I've been doing is like I do is write. But if you guys have followed me on Instagram, you would have seen that I recently posted my Punisher little sneak peek, like this little segment of what I'm working on using AI technology to do the voiceover stuff. So I'm doing a narrated backstory. So as you know, what really got my Instagram going was my backstory. So I'm going back to that. That's one of the reasons why we had created a whole separate page for the Whip Wednesday Live. So the backstory is going to be coming soon. So that's been basically what I've been editing and working on as well. That coming out later this week is I'm finishing up editing on my part 2 of my Punisher build. So this one's going to focus on my the Punisher ship, which is due both on our monthly build as well as Wilhelm Toy and Hobby. They have a contest as well that's due on Sunday. So I'm building my ship for that. So we're going to dive into some of that stuff in just a little bit. Here's 2 guys that I've been working on. So this is part of my whole medical staff for my station that I'm working on. So I recently got that Star Trek shuttle. I'm actually
Which I
editing a
love, by the
video.
way.
I know I love that shuttle. So get used. This
And
is the
Lupe
last
is
time.
Leia's Lust Palace.
Oh,
So
okay. Hey,
yeah.
what's up, man? So one of the things that you notice with the shuttle, take a good look because it's the last time you're gonna see it looking like that. Well, except for the video that I'm gonna showcase all the stuff that I got recently. So yeah, that shuttle I'll be painting it white. I'll be adding like medical stickers on it. And if you guys have this shuttle and you have the Marauder stretcher, that stretcher fits right in the grooves at the back of the shuttle, so it slides right in. So that's why I went with the medical shuttle for this. I'm going to paint it white. So I have the doctor who's on the right hand side, and then I have the pilot who's on the left. And I painted one of those Naboo helmets and added a medical logo to the helmet. And I also have I think it's a B2 droid, the newer surgical one. That's going to be part of the crew, as well as a white protocol droid that's also
So
going to have the medical sticker on there.
Red Toy has some suggestions for the names for these guys. I shall call them Carl and Dr. Funny Pants.
Dr.
But
Funny Pants. That could
is
be his
that
nickname.
is that a Dr. Mindbender head or what is that?
So that's a custom Dr. Mindbender head that I ordered from this person who really didn't know how to make um, proper head sculpts. The type of plastic that she used was very brittle. So I had
Okay.
to reinforce it and all that. I had to paint it and everything. Obviously, you can see that eye's messed up. I have to fix his eye, or maybe I might give him an artificial, like mechanical eye or something to go with
Uh,
his eye, his what's it called, monocle.
I'm not calling that.
And then I have the pilot who's on the left. And so they came out pretty good. And then one of the other things that I did was I created a medical bed. I think that was the next picture. Oh, sure. I'm going to go into this first. So this is the mock-up of where I want my Firehawk to look like at the end. It's going to be a little bit different than this. None of these pieces are glued down. This is just kind of fitted together to give me an idea
This,
of what I want to look like.
this looks definitely awesome. I
Thank you
love
very
the idea.
much.
We talked about the hatch on top of that before, and it
Yeah.
does fit so perfectly.
Yeah. So
And
what I had to do, though, sorry, go
you
ahead.
never go wrong with those tie wings.
I know. I love
So
those
yeah.
tie silencer wings. They're really, really
Oh,
cool.
and just before we go on, my
Sure.
3.75 is here now. So hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
I just showed off the whip of the
Actually, you
build
know
I'm
what?
making
Do
for
you, do you
you.
want to show that again before we continue
Oh,
on?
you
Let's
can
do that.
catch it on the replay.
All right, I guess you could catch the replay for
That's
that,
what
but
you
you're
get for
gonna be
being late.
you're gonna be so impressed with what he's built for you, man. It's amazing stuff. So yeah,
So
so that's
people
the
also love your Firehawk
thank
idea.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I'm really enjoying this build. It's been a lot of fun. And so I've taken it apart since then. And as you can see, I've added some other parts to it. So the video that I'm going to be showing off either tomorrow or Friday should be up for the weekly whip. It's going to show you how I put this together. So it's going to show you
Where'd
some
you
of
get
that.
those wings from?
So those wings are from the Quinjet, the Marvel Quinjet. So I believe it's a Hasbro toy. And so my friend, I actually had a same set of those before, and I put them on my Delta 7, the Obi-Wan Kenobi Delta 7. I put those on that, and it turned out really good. That I really wanted those again. And my friend that I made a trade with, Keith, he actually had a set of these because he was using the body for something else. He goes, "Well, I have those wings." I'm like, "Cool, send them over." And now I'm using them in this build here. So I'll explain to you, like, what in the video you're gonna see how I got to put them on there and all that kind of stuff. If you notice, the hatch is a little bit cut up now. I have to, like, finish things off, but in general, it's turning out to be pretty cool. Like, I'm
Yeah.
having a lot of fun with this build. I'd love to put lights in it, but I don't know if I have enough time to do all the electronics and all that before Sunday. But so yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, check out my video, The Weekly Whip, episode 44, I think it is. No, episode 17. It's gonna be out uh, either tomorrow or on Friday at the
Yeah,
latest.
let me just show this off for a second because they are talking about how the Crimson Hawk is a good ship and how you can customize it. And Red is pondering getting one after he saw your idea. So,
Hold on, let me increase that. Come
so
on.
that's like mine. Also, the Crimson Hawk is gonna be my entry,
Why is it
and
not expanding? Doesn't want to
let me
expand.
do that. Work no. Oops.
There we go. So yeah, this is like he showed a video of this, a reel of this on Instagram, but that thing is awesome. I love the thrusters on it. I love that the tail rudder at the top, the aileron rather.
Yeah,
It
the
looks
fin.
really
I love
cool.
that. I like that too. I showed it off enough. I just wanted to get Red to buy another 5 of that.
That's awesome, man. And let's go back to what I was working on. Okay. So you guys may have seen this character before. This is Correa Cos. This is a character I created and I created a backstory. So when you get a chance after this, if you haven't already done it, look for that picture, and you could check out her backstory. It's a pretty interesting one. There's a whole family story there. So
So
you can go
Red
and
just
check that
ordered
out.
one. Sorry to interrupt you again.
That's all right. That's fine, man.
It'll be like breaking news. Things are evolving. Oh, Toy
So
Box
yeah,
Multiverse. Hi there.
hey, welcome, welcome. But yeah, definitely you're gonna enjoy that, Rad. It's a lot of fun. Very easy to take it apart and paint it. So I was quite
Yeah.
impressed with how easy it was to take it apart. And there's a lot of different moving parts that you can either replace or like add stuff to it. Like I said, it's so much fun to play around with it.
Yeah.
But you may want to get rid of the figures. I gave mine away to my friend's daughter, so
I
she
do
loved
like
them.
I do like the little droid that comes with it.
I do like the droid, but I'm disappointed with the articulation. Like, there's
Yeah.
no articulation at all on that
Yeah.
droid. They could have at least made the legs or the arms move, but oh well. I guess because it's for little kids, they didn't want any small moving parts that could break off. But yeah, very good. So the reason why I'm showing you this character is because I decided to change her. I didn't really like the top. I never really was crazy about the top outfit because it looks a little, I don't know, it looks a little crazy. So I went with something a little bit more simple. So I changed up her look and I went with the Boris. Boris has these figures that he came out with. I believe you have one or two,
Yeah.
Lord of Thane. So I
Yeah.
took the upper body off and I replaced it with this one. Now, one of the thing is with this, I actually had to do some work. I actually had to trim the neck because that head couldn't fit on it because the neck is really wide. Like if you try
Uh-huh.
to just put any other type of 1/18 scale head, it won't fit unless
Okay.
you either drill a bigger hole into the head or you shave down the edge of the neck so that the head could slide on. So that's basically what I had to do. I still have to go back and do it because now the head doesn't really move. It can only turn left and right. It doesn't have any real articulation like with the barbell joint. So yeah, so I had to change her up. I thought this looked better. I may change her arms to give her sleeved arms, just so that way it looks like she's wearing a leather jacket as opposed to like a vest. But
But
yeah,
it does change her look a lot already, and
yeah,
I do like the way it's changed. It's less,
yeah. I like this one better than this one. This one's still
yeah,
cool, but
it's
this one's
still
just
cool, but
better.
yeah, she looks more badass somehow.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you see that. And so the last thing that I was working on, did I put it up? Oh, I didn't put it. Darn. I forgot to add it. But yeah, there was another part that I wanted to show off. Actually, no, that's in the weekly greeblies. So you guys will
Okay.
see that in the weekly greeblies. So yeah, that's the stuff that I've been working on. Then, like I also said, that I've been working on writing. I'm really excited about that Punisher story. It's going to be my new format of storytelling using the AI voiceover. I got an account with 11 Lab. Definitely something you should check out. I know not everyone loves AI stuff, and there's voice actors, but I can't afford to pay someone to do it. So I went with the next alternative, and it cost me very little to do it. So, but it's a lot of fun. It's not as good as what a voice actor could do because it's still very mechanical with how the speak goes,
Hmm.
but it is fun, and I'm excited with the direction that that's going to go in. It's a new way of telling stories, and then hopefully down the road I can get to the point where I'm doing stop motion. That's where ultimately that's how I want to tell my stories, is with stop motion.
That'd be awesome, actually, but that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, so that's why I'm hoping once I have my surgery and I could see, I'll be
Hmm.
able to do that properly. But with that said, let's dive into our next segment. And now it's time for greeblies.
Greeblies! Oh, my precious! Oh, yes, anything can be a greebly!
All right, so we are back with our next segment, the greebly section. We don't have a whole lot for you today, but what we do have, and that's why we're starting off with making Hicks 6. His greeblies are always amazing because I just can't fathom how he thinks of coming up with these things, but they're just so impressive. And we'll dive into some of that today. So he's actually showing us two things: an engine that he created made out of just, you know, broken parts and junk and garbage and toys. And he cobbled them all up together, and this is what he's come up with. Now that's very impressive. I believe that white part that's sticking out at the end, I believe that's a pen cap.
Yeah, I think so too. And
And
then it's one
then
of those squishy caps, probably.
yeah, I think that's what that is. And then I'm not sure what that white part at the bottom is. It almost, to me, it almost looks like, those cap guns that had the little 6-shooter part of the, it almost looks like that, but it's probably not what it is. I don't think he told me what the parts
What
were, but it's just, yeah,
the
that
white
white part at
that's
the
coming
bottom.
out of the orange. I
No, no,
think
no,
that
the bottom part. I think the white that's coming out of the orange, I think that's a pen cap.
yeah, that's a pen or maybe even a glue cap.
Yeah,
But I
but
don't see
that
anything else white. You mean the black with the
no,
with
the white part that's just underneath the orange. That's just above his thumb.
oh, I think he said something like that's pieces from model kits.
Oh, right, right, right. He does use model kits as well to put
Yeah,
some of this stuff together. But that's very impressive so far, and it's not even painted yet. So there's another, just to give you an idea of the size of it. You could see it beside that action figure there. So it's a pretty decent sized engine. And
it
then
looks awesome. It
and then
just
once he
says
paints it,
Pod Racer
yeah,
thingy.
that's awesome, man. So
I
it
love it.
is so clever, the stuff that he comes up with. And but yeah, now that you see it painted, it unites all the pieces together and really gives you an idea of what it looks like. So here's what it looks like painted. Here's a few other angles of it. It's just so amazing.
I
Like
love that.
whenever I see his stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to do that, but then I can't. Whenever like I see it after I try to do it myself, it never comes out looking as good as that. But I guess it takes practice. He's been doing this for a little
Practice
bit.
and just more whenever that's I also my thing. I stop too soon. You have to add more greeblies and
Yeah,
another
that's the
plate and
thing.
another rivet
Different
and
layers, yeah.
yeah,
Like I love the idea of the rivets. It just kind of gives it that more realistic feel to it. Because
Yeah.
when I put my stuff together, it still just looks like a bunch of plastic. Even after I paint it, it still just looks like plastic. But yeah, 100%. Like that stuff is just really cool. Let's take out, and then here's the other thing that he's built. So he made a landing gear again out of model pieces and like this spare parts and trash and stuff like that. Here's what it looks like before it's painted, and then here's what it looks like after it's been painted. So
Yeah, and I
obviously
love
he's
how
sorry, go
it
ahead.
still says, what does it say?
Yeah, it still has the number on it, the serial number, I think.
No, it says
Oh no, it actually
electric.
says something.
Yeah, it says something,
Cable,
cable
cable
plug or
something.
something like that. Electric
Cable
cable.
cable management is what
Cable
it says.
management,
Yeah.
exactly. And
So
I
that's
love
really
that. It's
cool.
like it's the company. The company is called Cable Management, and that's I mean, like the
and
company the
they
ship
and
is
they
is
make
running for. That
and they make landing gear. The cable management company makes landing gear for
yeah.
ships. But that looks amazing though. I can't wait to see what the completed version is going to be. I think that might be for his monthly challenge that these parts are for. So I hope he can finish it off because I know he's a very busy guy. So I hope he can get it done and like show off his ship because I really want to see what he comes up with. Because this already, and that's just two parts of it, is so
And again,
impressive.
it's well, yeah, Bjorn, you're absolutely right. That's how the people did it originally on the Star Wars movie for the models.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and it's
Kit bashing.
with this landing gear, it's the level of detail. Like
Yeah,
if
that's the
I would have
thing.
done something like that, I would have stopped like with the center um pile to sit it, and he's got this little hydraulic
I know, right? I wouldn't
looking,
even have bothered with all of that stuff. I just would have
and
put a
that
stick
and
and
that's
the
what makes
ski,
it.
and then that's it.
Yeah, but
But
that's what makes it realistic. Those little
exactly. Because
amazing
he
details.
he actually thinks he actually thinks about the actual working of the device and how it would work in like realistically how it would work.
Yeah,
He puts all of that stuff together. It's just so impressive, man. Great job, buddy. Really love that. Again, whenever I show like just like how when you showed off your diorama that you built, I didn't want to show my stuff. So I don't want to show my stuff because after showing this, it's like really impressive. But that's kind of why I started with this because I really wanted to blow people's socks off with how impressive his work has been. Really good stuff, man. So now we're diving into my stuff. My stuff's really simple. The first thing is this basket. This actually is, I don't know if they still make these kind of baskets. I know they make stuff that's somewhat similar, but these are what you like put in your pantry to hold, like, I guess like fruits or vegetables or whatever. You could use it to hold whatever you want in there. So I took it, flipped it around, and made a hanger out of it. Now, one of the things that I want to do with this is I'm going to cover all the holes. I'm going to cover it with like maybe like a white sheet or white film so I could put lighting on the other side so it lights up. So it almost looks like there's windows there, but like
if you
frosted
use,
windows.
yeah, what I do a lot is I use this um pretty thick. It's not yet cardboard.
Wait,
Um,
hold on. Let me turn this off for a sec.
no, it's okay. Yeah, it's just you see, I've got something out there. It's not yet cardboard. It's still called paper, but it's like
Right.
very strong paper.
Oh, it's
And
like what's that? Oh, geez, I forget. It's thicker than the cardboard you would see like on a cereal box or something, right?
no, it's a little thinner than the cereal
Oh,
box.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
and it holds its form, and you can cut it very nicely. And I used it for all the lights on the desk.
Oh, okay. So that light
All
could
the
actually
lights
shine
on
through
the
it.
desk are up there. So if you could just stick them from behind, just like the whole sheet from behind those
Well,
holes in your
well,
little
that's
garage.
the idea. That's exactly. So
Yeah, and
what you
then the
did
light
there
should
is what I'd
shine
like to
through.
do, and that's
And
what I want to do as well. Yeah.
yeah, and so I love them. They like, I don't know, 500 sheets of this are like $5 or something.
Wow.
So
I do have material that I could use to put there. It's not the same as that, but it's a similar concept. But yeah, you got the idea of what I'm talking about. That's
yeah,
exactly what I want to do is just cover up those holes with something like that, so I could put light on the other side, like maybe a strip light along the edge. See how there's like a little bit of an edge on the sides is like a little bit of an edge, right? So I'd like to be able to put like a string light on there, and then put the backing, like the paper, on the to
yeah.
cover the
Layers Lost
holes.
Palette loves your hanger. That's just down his road, definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely something that that's where I got the idea from, because I actually saw this. This is something we had for a long, long time. It was just sitting in a pile of junk, and I'm like, whoa, that looks cool. And I got the idea from Leia's Lust Palace, because he often sends us stuff with the greeblies, and it shows us how we could use, like, salad bowl things and stuff like that to
Yeah.
make awesome, unique customs. And that's where I got the idea from to build that. Now I have another one that's a solid piece,
But
but I have to
Better Ray
cut it
Bob
up.
is sorry. Better Ray Bob is suggesting using a couple of layers of wax paper or butcher's paper
Yeah,
to
could do
have
that
the
as
light.
well. That's a
Yeah,
good idea.
that looks awesome. It gives a very nice light. But I
Yeah,
found that if you use it like for lights for the Death Star and stuff, it
right.
tends to like get little wrinkles over time.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm afraid of, like using like wax paper. If I like don't store it properly, it gets crinkled up and then it makes all
Yeah.
these lines and stuff.
So
Although it wouldn't be too bad for this, because I'm not trying to make it as clean as like the Death Star. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But great idea. Thank you. See, this is what I love about this community. Everyone's so quick to pitch in their ideas, and I love that. And that's why we have this shows, because we want to hear from you if you have ideas, because maybe you might give us a perspective that we didn't even think of.
yeah.
And then finally, I have this medical bed that I started working on. So, what this is, those little clip on things that for lights that you get for books? You can clip it
Yeah.
onto the cover of your book and you can read with the light and not bother anyone. So, that's what that is. I found like two or three of these for like $1 each. So, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to grab that. And
And the
then I used
McDonald's sweet chili sauce, or what is the
yeah, so
bottom?
the McDonald's. Well, here I got that at, I think, Burger King has that,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
the one at Burger King has the grooves in it, which is what I
Uh-huh.
like. And so yeah, I just glued that to the bottom of it to make the leg part, and then I
Cool.
actually added some clay to fill up the hole and the gap between the where the light is. You see where that at the very end, where there's like that folded looking light
Yeah.
part that
That,
folds into the device. So there's a big
okay.
hole, so I had to cover that up. And then the next part I'm going to be doing to that is adding the soft goods on top of all of that to make it look like an actual bed. And here's another shot of it with an actual figure on it to give you an idea of scale. So,
Yeah,
yep.
that's a super medical bed. Definitely it is.
Yeah, and then I have another part to it. So there's I found these little kid bracelets. You know how in Iron Man, which Iron Man was it? Was it Iron Man 2 or no, it might have been Iron Man 3, where he had the bracelets. He had the bracelets where the armor would follow him whenever he called for his armor pieces. He
Yeah.
had his bracelets. Well, there's a toy version of that lit
Oh,
up, and it
okay.
actually fit perfectly. Unfortunately, I couldn't find them when I took these pictures, but it almost looks like, in Star Trek, how those medical beds have those things that come up the side to
Y-
cover the body so they can
Yeah.
scan. So it kind of looks like that, because
Oh, cool.
it's a kid's bracelet, so it's really small. So
Uh-huh.
I said, hey, that would fit. That would look perfect to do that.
No.
And I wish I
Yeah.
had the picture of it. And then it also lights up and makes noises, so it's really
Oh,
cool.
cool.
So
That would
when
definitely
I'm
be cool.
done, I'll obviously there'll be pictures for that. And that's the stuff that we have for Greeblies today.
Well, thanks for dropping by, Jerry, and enjoy the rest of your workday. And yeah,
Well, yeah, thanks for
do catch
taking
the
time out of your
replay.
work day, and hopefully you can catch the replay later on, because we're going to be diving into some more stuff. And but yeah, so just a reminder, if you guys ever want to showcase your Greeblies on the show, just send it to our Whip Wednesday Live Instagram account with a couple of pictures. You can have pictures of what the actual item is, or you can have pictures of the item and how you used it in your build.
I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So yeah, so essentially what I was talking about is in terms of greeblies. Send us your greeblies. We love getting ideas from you guys because, as you saw with making Hick 6's stuff, he gives you these great ideas that you may not even have thought of doing in terms of your builds. So send us in your stuff because you may have an idea that we never thought about, and we'd love to see what you guys have to showcase as well. So it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be something you've actually used. It could just be something you have an idea of how you could use it. So again, just send us a picture of the item itself and then just give us a small description of how you would use that in a build. Then we'll show that off in our weekly greeblies. We'll give you credit for it, of course, and then we'll show that off. So actually, while he's gone, let's dive into another segment. So we'll come back to the Creators Corner. But before we do that, so as you know, the monthly build is coming up. So we have our showcase next Wednesday. So you're definitely not going to want to miss that episode. And sadly, it's going to be my co-host with the most last show next Wednesday. So I'm kind of sad about that. But, at the same time, it's going to be a fun show. We're going to make sure we go out with a bang with all the awesome customs that we're going to be showcasing. So basically what I wanted to remind you guys is that you have until this coming Monday, May the 27th. And you know what? I'm actually going to be even generous. I'm going to extend it to Tuesday. So you now have until Tuesday, May 28th to submit in your custom spaceships. And so that way we can show them off on the following Wednesday. We've already got some really amazing customs. I'm looking forward to seeing what else you guys can come up with. And again, it doesn't have to be something you scratch build or anything like that. It could be a kit bash. It could be one of your favorite ships that you've repainted, just little things like that. Or it could be a scratch build if you're willing to do that and you have the time. By all means, you can do that as well. And so again, you have until Tuesday at I'm going to say Tuesday noon. So Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the absolute last time I'm taking any submissions because that gives me enough time to put everything together, like the video and the slideshow and everything for Wednesday's show. So I hope you guys can make that live event. But like always, if you can't, there's always the replay. So did you go and get something that you wanted to show us or something?
No, I just had to take care of something with my family.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
And
I
with
can
that
show
said,
you stuff, though.
if you want to show us something,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no. I was just, I mean, I'm in the middle of my collection room, so I could just pick up anything randomly.
Well,
but no.
it's your time to shine. So you know what? With that said, oh yeah, we're starting the Creators Corner this week, and our special guest. Oh wait, he's right here. He's right here. It's Lord of Thane. And you know what? We're gonna. It's funny. He's wearing his shirt, and I'm wearing his shirt.
Ah, cool.
So I had to represent. So we're representing each other today. So that's really cool. So we're diving into some of his work. Now, one of the first people I started following on Instagram was your stuff. Oh, what do you have here?
Oh,
Who's
as
that? Oh, that's
Red Toy
Rad.
is just pointing out that his Sentinel does look good behind me. So yeah, it definitely does.
Shameless plug.
Just
A
a little.
Rad Lab creation. So yeah, so today we're diving into some of the stuff that you've actually been a pretty big staple in this community in terms of the awesome creations that you've done. So we're gonna dive in. Let me show this stuff off. Give me 1 second here, and let's share the screen. There we go. So right now we're on your Oakmead station. And the reason why I'm starting with this reel is because this is what got me started into your work. This is the very first thing that I saw was this. I think it was the day you posted this. I saw that. Now it's just around the time when I was getting into Instagram and stuff like that. and I saw this, and I'm just gonna play it for you guys because I know not everyone may have seen this because this is some of your older stuff. Even though I think recently you were showing it off again, but check this out.
Okay, you're about to witness a first live try.
That thing's awesome.
It does use a lot of water.
Yep.
It takes a lot of water.
You just
Yeah,
said
but this was just for the try. It actually you need like
There it
4 of
goes.
those
what?
jars to fill it up
Wow.
because
Hope you can
it's
see that
wait,
on the video.
it's all full. The
Right.
whole pool is full, and then I have my Proxima in there like submerged halfway.
Nice.
So and right now all the water is just down there in the storage, and there's just a little going through the pump.
Okay,
So
you're
you
about
need
to
4
witness
times that.
that is like
first
that's
live
so awesome
try.
though. Actually, how do I?
Yeah, I do love
there
it
you go.
because it also makes this beautiful sound, like with your like if you have a little fountain in your room and it always goes. Psh. I do like that.
That's like one of your coolest creations that I've seen. Now, there's also the other thing that I like now. I can't quite see very well to find it, but one of the ones that I also really liked was your cantina, your cantina
Oh yeah,
slash casino. And
that should be pretty much all the way
yeah, it's gonna
down
be all
because I
the way
think that's
down.
one of the things I started that account with. Yeah, there's pictures from the Katina right there.
Am
But
I on it?
if you
Hold on.
there should be if you go to reels, there would be another reel there
Oh,
probably.
okay. So let me check out the reels. Let's go back up to the top here.
So yeah,
Okay,
that
so
was another thing that was meant to be a huge, yeah, all the way down probably. Yeah, there's a long one. If you,
this
that
one
runs,
here.
yeah,
All right,
that
let's take
runs
a
for about 2 minutes or something. And yeah, that's the whole build is actually a table. Yeah, that's good. That's much better like that. So the whole build is actually it's actually a table with a wooden plate and the metal like feet, and I just
Wow.
turned that around, and all
Right.
the walls you can see, and all
Yeah.
the interior it's all modular again. So all the walls attached with magnets, and
Nice.
everything inside attaches with magnets again. So that was meant for photography. So you can take out every single wall and have every angle you wish for. This is the gambling room of the casino, so I made
That's
those
so impressive, man.
custom teriyaki tables, and yeah, and it was meant to be a community event with a grand opening of the bar and casino,
Right.
Scott's Bar and Casino, where everybody will send like pictures of their customs, all dressed up to go to the grand opening.
That is so
But then
cool.
the guy Scott, who I named this after, who is F-Stop Rebel, he
Yeah.
sort of took a break from social media for over a year, and then the
Oh
idea
wow.
died out. But and I nevertheless I still finished my build. So there's the bar. Using a lot of greeblies, another chocolate
Yeah.
tray for those. Oh, there's the beginning again. Another
Yep.
chocolate tray for where the glasses go, the bottles go, and all that kind of stuff.
But that
So
that and here's this is part of it too, right?
yeah,
This
exactly.
video
That's one
here.
of the 2 entertainment things I built. So this is like it's meant to be a flying. That's
Yeah,
why
a
a
floating
flying
stage.
stage
Yeah.
for the band. And if you play to the end, it is also gonna show. Yeah, I've got another thing. It's
Nice.
a flying DJ booth. So there's
That is so cool, man.
so either you have a live band or you have the DJ. Both of them can float around in the bar and entertain you.
And I kind of like how you recorded it to make it look like it's floating around. Really cool. Very impressive stuff though. Like that's the thing. Some people just don't always see what they can make with just junk. And
So
when you show stuff like this, it just shows
uh,
people, hey, there's all kinds of stuff that you could make.
yeah, this is just some Kit Bash customs.
But they look great though.
Thank you.
It's very simple. That's the thing. That's what I love about kit bashing is that with just a simple tweaks here and there, you
Yeah,
can
just a
make
little paint
completely new
and head swap.
characters.
Yeah. Oh, these are some of my favorites. Those 2. They run my The one is Lina and her friend Emily. They run my weapons and armory shop.
That's so impressive.
So
I'm just gonna go through some of these reels. Is there any that you want me to touch on right now?
yeah, the one with the the second one
This one?
over. Which
That
is
one?
that?
We just
No,
saw
no,
this
the
one.
other one. The one you were on the right one. That one, yeah.
This one. All right, let's take a
Yeah,
look at this one.
that's my Visions inspired
Oh wow,
Brotherhood of the Sith setup. Like this is their monastery.
that is really
And,
cool. It,
but
it
they have
gives
a
me
whole
that.
village.
It gives me that whole from the Mandalorian, the episode with Ahsoka when she
Oh
goes
yeah,
to that. That's the vibe that I get from this
yeah, a little
image.
because they rule their place with the same like hard hand.
Right.
But
Very
it's
very
it's
cool.
meant to be like Visions inspired. So yeah,
Very good stuff. And I see you have a movie theater.
yeah, that's hold on, I turn it on. That's back in there.
Hold on. I don't know if people could see you because right now I'm sharing my screen. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Now
Like
they should be able to see it.
there.
Nice.
That's the viewing window from the Death Star, and I built a little. So it's just booting up now. I built in a little screen, and
Right.
I connected that to a DVD player. And usually, like right now, it's starting to run A New Hope. That's usually I have a New Hope running there, but you can also have the footage of the Death Star blowing up.
So
Out around.
is it that you have a DVD playing or is it just like a recording that you have that loops the same thing?
No. It's the monitor or the screen I'm using is a rear view mirror for a rear view driving in an RV. So a rear
Oh,
view
okay.
camera
Yeah.
screen. So that's only $10 or something. And I
Oh,
hooked it up
wow.
to an actual $15 or $20 DVD player. And also here you can see them. There's speakers. So
So you
I can
thought of
actually
everything.
hold on. I'll just quickly turn it on and maybe pump up the volume.
I hope it's not too loud. Don't
No,
wake
these
your
speakers
family
are
up.
shitty. How do I turn up the volume? Oh yeah.
That is so impressive. So that whole thing is that you have your Death Star built
Hold
into.
on, I'll turn it back down. That whole thing you were saying?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that whole thing that you have your Death Star build on. Is that like a shelf or something?
Yeah, actually, let me see. So
Oh, okay, that's quite big actually.
yeah, I built this from wood myself. It's got a like carved.
Oh, okay, cool.
I carved the imperial symbol, and
Nice.
there's storage bins with my collection in there. And
Oh,
then
okay, that's cool. You
on top of that, I
incorporated
have the hangar, and then I have another level that houses
the
the
conference room.
conference room and the viewing room, and also to this side, there's the detention block.
That's awesome. Like that's very impressive stuff. Like that's one of the things that really attracted me to your work. 'Cause I remember I one of the I think around the time when I started on Instagram was also around the time you were on Rad Toys when he was just starting out to do like interviews with people. And I remember you were on his show and you're giving a tour of your
Yeah,
station, and it was just so impressive because one of the things that you had mentioned is when you do your bills, you actually make the you could see what the outside looks like of the building, but then you have in another spot you'll have what the interior layout of that particular building is, which is very very smart. I never thought of doing something like that where you can make the building on the outside so it can look really cool. You can have the
yeah,
surface look, and then you make the interior. So
yeah.
like that's
That's
really, how many of those do you have that you've done that?
well, I have the That all started with the build I made with my daughter during like the first weeks of the pandemic and the
Right.
shutdown or the lockdown, and we built into my collection shelf. We
Right.
built the original level 1973 Coruscant street diorama, which is basically only facades. And but
Oh, okay.
we came up with different shops that were there. Like there was the casino and bar. We
Mm-hmm.
just saw the interior for that. There's only the entrance in the facade. Then there's Lina's weapons and armory. I
Right.
just told you about the two ladies. So I built the interior for that shop as well, which is in a separate place now. It's actually fits very nicely into the huge expansion I've started for that diorama.
That's
And
awesome.
then there's also Iron Man's Cantina.
Oh,
Um, I
cool.
I built the interior for that as well. And there's another shop which I haven't come around to build. So I've got three of those from that build, and I've got one more which is independent from that, which is just I have the outside and the inside of my Armorer's Forge.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to your Instagram for a second here. Let me just escape out of that. I don't know if you have any reels with that the facades of the
Not
Coruscant.
probably not on the Oaks meat because I basically I use those for pictures only.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it's very like your stuff is just so impressive, man. Like for someone who doesn't really like painting and stuff, you're
Oh, you could show that. Oh, go back. Not
hold
oh,
on.
that was one of the first from
That was a collaboration that we made together. I still
exactly.
never finished mine, but your
Mine
obviously
is
yours is done. Yours is done and looks
this was
awesome.
still a work in progress, but yes, mine is done.
Like
Um,
awesome stuff.
but if you could just go back, the one down there
This one?
below, where are you now? Move. Yeah, yeah, that one.
This
No,
one,
that
right?
one. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So this is inspired
Oh, right,
by
right, right. I've seen this.
when Scylla's gamma fuel, more or less,
Yeah.
because I got this huge. I forget the
Yeah, that's from the sequel trilogy. I forget what it's
yeah.
called.
I keep forgetting what it's
Oh, that
called.
is awesome. I never
So
noticed that before.
so this is like a mud pool it's lying in, and
Yeah,
it from the front there. Just let it keep it running. From the front there, you can see there's a pipe going there,
yeah,
um, and that pipe is where like the sewage from the city is
yeah.
pumped in. He just eats it then,
Oh,
and
that's
he's
cool.
also been fed just a little bit of that gamma fuel from Scylla, which
Yeah,
already is like dinosaur poop.
yeah,
So that helps him and his enzymes in his stomach to
yeah.
make really potent fuel
Oh,
out of the
nice.
sewage and waste he's been fed, and then what he's like pooping out is being pumped out and stored and
And
processed.
that's all from Oakmead Station, right?
Yeah, that's also yeah, it's all Oxmic Station.
Now, is
So
there a name for the company you have that
yeah,
supplies this fuel?
that's also run by Oxmic Water Corporation. So you
Oh,
wearing the
okay.
shirt of the people who
Awesome.
would work there.
So
You could
I'm
be a
glad I
maintenance
have
guy.
I'm glad I have the sticker then, because then I could put the sticker on some of my one of my containers,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
and make it like storage container for that fuel, and then I'll have one for the Zilla fuel. So if any of you guys have stations and you actually have your own fuel like fuel processing locations and you have like a logo for it, send me your logo. I'll add it to one of my storage containers. I'm still gonna build those kinds of things so I could use them in photography. And I'm not gonna build my station anymore, obviously, but I do want to make the containers and stuff like that. Somebody saying something?
Adrian Fox just said, and yet another shitty conversation.
Indeed, but yeah, that's like very impressive stuff. Like actually, before we
Oh
start,
yeah, yeah. Just one more, and then I've had enough of my stuff. That
this
one
one,
with the yeah with the Mandalorian sitting there because that was it's another foam core build, and
Oh
that was
wow.
a
Oh right, I remember this. I
that's
remember
that's
seeing this.
that's Mando's retreat from
Yeah,
like the
after
last
season
episode.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That is so
somebody in my
cool.
German chat group showed off that like the next day somebody posted the STL files, and you could order it, and it was like $300 for the whole thing. And I
Right.
said you never ever print something like that in 3D because you can build that in a day um, from foam core.
Well,
And so
you
I
could build
challenged
it in a
myself,
day.
and and this was a like 1 day build. What you see
So
there, I
I was
started
gonna
in the
ask you
morning.
that window part where there's the grates. What did you use for that?
Um, the grades are actually just toothpicks I cut up and painted
Oh,
silver.
okay.
Yeah. So
Impressive.
I cut out the frame from with my beloved cardboard like paper,
Right.
like 3 layers, painted that up metal, and then just glued the toothpicks behind that.
That is really impressive,
And
man.
also the lights. If you go back and the reel right next to it, that's the same build
This
at
one?
night.
No, this
No,
one.
yeah, that one. So it's all lit up as
Oh,
well.
wow.
And the light, and there's also my custom N1 there. It's not the one that you can
Are
buy.
you
That's the one
are you
I made
using
from.
a shimmering light inside? Because it almost looks like it's candlelight inside.
That's just
Maybe it's
how
just the
the camera is
video.
picking it up.
Yeah.
And
See,
for
it
the
almost looks
outside,
like
I
it's
use
twinkling.
those are little like medicine like pill
Yeah.
blisters, and those are the little lights on the outside.
That is so cool, man. And what kind of lighting did you use? Is it one of those string lights?
Yeah, it's one of those like a Dollar Tree LED strips.
It's like those
Yeah,
long string lights, right?
yeah, it's got like 10 LEDs, and
Oh,
I just
okay.
used two for the outside, and the others are at the moment just spoiled in the inside to just light it up from the inside.
Very impressive, man. Really, really cool. So,
Because I
guys,
didn't
if you
finish
don't,
because we didn't get any footage of the inside. I didn't build
I was
any
gonna
inside
add, that
view.
was my next question. Did you have an interior for it? I guess,
Now, it's again, I used my go-to magnets. So the build is actually cut in half right in the
right?
middle, and it just attaches with magnets. So I can open it up and have two halves of interior I can
So you
play
could
with.
take some shots. Nice.
But there's nothing in there yet because I'm waiting for maybe we get some footage of the inside of that.
Well, I do like the fact that you said yet, because I'm glad that even though you're taking a little bit of a break for a little bit, which is, it's understandable. We all kind of need that. I've been doing that as well, because you guys may have noticed I don't not that I've been posting a whole bunch, but I haven't been posting as much. Most of my focus has been in video editing and stuff like that, so I can start getting backstories out. So once the stories start coming out, they're gonna really start coming out, because I'm working on mine. I'm finishing up the one that I've been working on for Lockdown Productions for so long. He just sent me a few more pictures that I have to do some green screening for. So I'm doing some of that kind of stuff as well. So I really want to change the format and how I tell my stories, instead of just posting just the pictures and doing that write up, because no one really wants to read all of that. So that's why I went with the AI route. So someone's narrating it. Some of them I may narrate myself, but when I want like a unique voice or a specific type of accent, and I can't afford a voice actor, I'll use the AI for that. Especially if I only need like someone just talking, as
Uh,
opposed to acting. But yeah, I was quite impressed with your page. I'm still always impressed with that. So you have the Lord of Thane page, the Oakmead Station page, bless you, and you have another one.
No, I used to have a lot more, but I turned them all off when
Oh,
I
okay.
they are not then I didn't delete them. They are just like in
They're,
sleep
they're
mode,
taking a break.
and they're taking a break. I don't know if I will reactivate them. There was like a lot of thing customs, which like obviously was about the customs. Then I had the Brotherhood of the This, which was like an ongoing story in the setup that we saw
Right.
before. And I also had the Galactic Geographic,
Oh, right.
um,
I remember that
which
one. Because
was
actually,
all my outdoor shots and creature shots.
I was going to do a cover for you for that one. I actually still owe you a cover for that robot challenge that you
The
want. So I
robot.
actually have to do that and get a frame for you and put all that in, because I still needed a picture of the mech that you had.
Yeah,
So when you get a chance, take one of your
I
most
will do that.
favorite
I completely
pictures,
forgot about that. Yeah, I promised you.
and then
I'll shoot that.
once you shoot that, send me a copy of that. I'll put it together, put the cover together, put it in a frame, and I'll send that off to you.
Awesome.
So yeah, so next week, like I said, is our monthly challenge. So actually, before we even get into that again, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the stuff you've done. Like your work is just chef's kiss. Very
Thank
brilliant
you.
stuff, very inspiring stuff. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. I'm sure the rest of the community, if they're not saying it right now in the chat, they definitely think it, because the based on the number of followers you have is an indication of the awesome work. Half the time I'm jealous because I don't get the kind of numbers that you get, but it takes work and it takes dedication. So I know that you've
And
been very dedicated to your
and to
pages.
be honest, I also had a good momentum when I started. Like a couple of people that started around the same time with me, that we all had an enormous boost through COVID, probably, and
Right.
because the algorithm worked differently, we just like got the last couple of months of when the algorithm actually showed you stuff that would interest you, and
Yeah,
and
now it's because since Facebook bought it, it's just
yeah,
been bad news.
I have like, I don't know, 6,000 something followers, and I was at 6,000 2 years ago or two and a
Oh
half years
wow,
ago.
yeah. So it's really changed.
Um,
That's I noticed that too, because even when I first started, I had before they incorporated their algorithm, I had a huge like once I started writing backstories, I had a huge influx of followers, and then all of a sudden it just stagnated. Now I
yeah,
may get one or two, three or four. Like I'm
uh,
not getting the
the
same
funny
kind of
thing,
numbers.
like for almost like the better part of this year, it was like flatlining, like two
Right.
up, three down, one up, two
Yeah.
down, and so nothing happened. And ever since I announced I'm on a break and I didn't post anything anymore, I gained
Mhm.
net 50 followers or 45 followers or something
That's
just
still
by doing
decent
nothing.
numbers compared to like what I'm getting.
Yeah,
But
but
then
that's,
again, you've posted more than I have,
tell
so
me, algorithm, why do I gain followers for doing nothing anymore?
yeah,
So before that,
that's
I
messed
posted
up.
on a regular basis. I commented.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
all fucked up.
they're probably still playing around with that. They're always messing around, I find, with
Yeah,
Instagram. It's always changing, just like where everything's located is always changing. Like whenever I'm doing stories and I normally look for the GIF logo in one spot, then it changes, it's in
it
another
changes
spot.
to
It keeps
something
moving it
somewhere else.
around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame that you're planning to step back, but I get it. Everyone needs to do that every now and again. Hopefully, it's just a temporary change once you figure out how to balance everything out. But
I
I
as I
don't want
as
you to
I
stop. I don't want you to
as I
stop.
said before, I'm never gonna stop collecting Star
Okay,
Wars
good.
3.75 anyways. I know I can't stop myself from doing one or the other custom and build, but
So
not
yeah,
not
keep doing
as
that.
driven as I was like the last couple of months
Which
or
is
years.
understandable, but like also what you said too is that you started during COVID, so you had nothing but time to be
Yeah.
able to do that kind of stuff because you couldn't go anywhere. So that's
Yeah.
understandable how you become
Oh,
so passionate
I
into that,
started the
right?
social media part during COVID. I started this years ago.
No,
I
no, I'm
mean,
sure you did this for a long time, but I mean,
yeah.
like you probably really dove into the building during COVID, I would imagine, because you had more
Well,
time at
that
home, right?
star has been finished for about 10 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. My very first well, my first dioramas I built as a kid, of course, but the very first diorama you'd call a diorama
Yeah,
was in my college year flat. I had a little Tatooine diorama there,
nice.
and so well, it took off like this with COVID, having
Right.
time and finding the social media part, which I still up to today. I with from the bottom of my heart, I say, Chewy, we're home, thinking about this, what happened
Right.
here and on Instagram and with you
Right.
guys and the WMC. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
whole
gonna
lot of
be
fun.
gone. I'll be there in the chats. I'll be there watching all you guys, and I'm hoping to come back
You
on
will.
Instagram one time when I find my balance for that,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping for this show to continue and thrive, and
Well, you're gonna come
Uh,
back. You're just taking a little temporary break. I know you're coming back. I've already
so
foreseen it. I've had visions. I've already foreseen it, so I know you're coming back. But yeah, definitely. So next week is you're going to be your last show. So we're gonna make that a super awesome extravaganza show because we want to impress your socks off. So that way, even if you're not going to be on the show, you're going to still want to watch the show. So we're going to definitely make sure that we keep you entertained. And I hope you're still going to, whenever you find the time, you'll still post some of your work because, again, like I said, your work's very inspirational to a lot of us in the community. It also gives us different perspectives on things that we may not have thought of. So definitely keep that up, and it's also helps your sanity as well. You know what I mean? So
probably.
definitely keep doing that as well. And I guess with that, folks, that brings us to the end of our live stream. We've had an amazing time with you guys. Thank you for sticking around till the very end. Like I said, the reminder for you guys is next Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, is the absolute last time you could submit your works for the monthly challenge, which is a custom starship, maximum 5 pictures and or a 30-second reel. We had to cut it down because last month we had such an amazing, overwhelming turnout of submissions that it just took us forever to go through all of them.
But
Not that I mind.
I was just going to say, it's just, not that I could pick a favorite, but this would be among my favorite shows
Yeah,
so far
it's
because I loved
you're
all the
not
turnout.
biased. You're not biased or anything. But yeah, I really love our show too, only because it's so much fun doing it. And I love that we have our regular viewers that come on every week and support us and support the community. You guys are awesome. I hope to see a lot of you guys' work. Keep it up. Don't stop your works in progress. And even if you can't finish it all, post every now and again. You still might inspire somebody to think along a different line.
Especially when it's not finished, because we are the work in progress show here. So
Exactly. So that's how we operate. He finishes his stuff. I never finish my stuff, but that's going to change. Actually, I should make a show where I just go and finish all my projects and say, hey, here's all the stuff that I didn't finish or didn't show you guys. Here they are all finished. So that was my plan before is I was going to start projects and then at the end of the year do a showcase with everything. But then, life got in the way and my brain got in the way. But anyways, pirates, until the very next episode, take care.
and keep on building.
Amen.